Whoa!
Whoa. Okay, so I think we're no, let me double check. Yes, recording. Oh my. Okay. Just sound good.
I mean, I guess we could just do an ASMR podcast. We'd probably be really good at that.
Ew. Hey, you wanna fizzy water?
Fizzy water? Bro, yeah.
God, that was so hard to get out. You want fizzy water?
How much sleep are you on?
Not enough.
Stop absorbing this. You don't need to do this.
Is that one good enough?
Oh, you could have handed me a beer and I wouldn't have known right now. That was just so delirious.
Oh my god.
Got some big juice. I broke vegan. Not vegan. Broke sober.
Broke edge.
I broke edge.
Oh, what a cute picture of Ace.
For a second, I thought it was gonna be the
Me.
the image of Ace. Hi.
What's up, you two?
Whoa!
I don't like that.
That's not right.
It feels like now you're a little person in front of us.
What is that? What happened?
Oh my goodness.
You're coming from the hummus right now. Coming live from the hummus. So our microphone is set up like right in this general area.
And it's okay. Speak again. Por favor.
Speak again, per favor.
There we go.
There we go.
That's where we want the sound to come from. Hi.
Oh hi.
Wow, a little twirl.
Oh, my curls for the video. You know it's 9:30 here, so.
I literally just slapped ice on my face.
Had an ice pack on
pack.
her eyeballs.
I'm so tired, but we're gonna do this.
Whatever works.
What are you drinking, Ace?
I just had something. Hold up. Thanks for asking. I'll be right back.
Wow, I feel like I'm in a childhood bedroom right
I
now.
love it. Look at the back.
Yeah, at the penguin.
Is it a puffin?
Or the puffin? Yeah.
Do we know? Are puffins back?
Is that a puffin behind you? No, not a puffin. What kind of bird is that?
So it's a seagull.
Fucking A. I was like, what is that? A penguin? A puffin? Fucking seagull?
It's just a seagull. This is a beach house. So this is like, beach house. Art.
What's your whereabouts right now?
I feel like you're writing a book.
Yeah, literally.
Is this like the show right now?
We can be or it can't be if you want.
I'm just
So listen, we're a little rusty.
Yeah, I think all of us are really tired and like on really weird schedules right now. So this is just very raw.
Cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna answer your questions.
Yes.
Starting with this is a bubbly grapefruit.
Ooh,
Nice.
Oh, good choice.
Nice.
Pamplemousse.
I do
Yeah.
like pamplemousse.
My dad and stepmom live in this house that I'm in right now. And this house is in Cape May, New Jersey, which is like where I landed after driving here, which is south of like very close to where I grew up in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Yeah. And and I'm about to relocate again. I have identified that I am in what is called a dark night of the soul.
Okay.
And I'd like to go into hibernation and like
Yeah.
be away, but I also need to roller skate and like this is good isolation, but there's no roller skating.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like,
Okay. Yeah. Find something more doable. For sure. I mean, that's kind of like
Too perfect.
I feel like we both just did that.
yeah.
Minus the like East
Minus
Coast
the
part.
whole thing,
Yeah.
Minus
Minus
that
all
whole
of it,
part.
but like
But the Dark Knight soul part, we did.
we are the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
But no, I feel that. And I'm glad that you're getting to like, one, I'm glad that you can identify that and be like, yeah, I need to go hibernate.
Step away before you, I don't know, lose it.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
before I lose
mental
it.
breakdowns are a real thing, people.
Yeah.
I'm experiencing. I'm just kidding. I'm just really tired, but that's really cool. That sounds so perfect for you and just to be able to like hang out somewhere, get your shit mentally together after
Yeah.
you have your shit together.
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's the thing is like, I am kind of at a stalemate for being able to like pick out any shit to get together.
Yeah.
I've applied to grad school.
Woo!
Yeah. So I'm not going to know if I get into grad school until February. So that's why right now I'm just like, I don't want to sign a lease. I don't want to do anything.
You are in all terms or all aspects of the term, sitting chilling at the Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
Let's go. I like it. I like it when you put like that. The Holiday Inn of life.
Because
we do like all of this.
Like, what else would you do? Just like force yourself to go through a situation that would suck and be really uncomfortable,
or like
for a maybe.
Or make a decision when you don't even know like what the fuck is going on. That's how I feel right now too. I'm like, how am I supposed to make any decisions when like the future, even the immediate future, seems so like uncertain and unclear? It's like, how are you supposed to make a decision that's so big, like where you're gonna live, or like a lease, or any of that? So good for you. I hope it is super good and it gives you what you need. And I'm sure it will, because I feel like that's always the case. Whatever happens is like, okay, this was what needed to happen.
Yeah, it always ends up working out.
Yeah.
I think so too, because the way it happened was that I had just texted Pete if he knew anyone in Philly, because I was going to try to live in Philly. And he was like, why don't you just come live up here? And I'm like, how much is the rent? And he's like, chipping for utilities. And I'm like,
God.
Sold.
Yeah.
That sounds like everything's leading you to that. So
so exactly. Because what happens in uncertainty, for me anyway, is a lot of anxiety. And anxiety for me leads to like no productivity or counterproductivity.
Yeah.
So by not having to pay rent, I can like work less.
Yeah, for sure.
Skate more and have less work interruptions due to anxiety because I'm not working as much.
Yeah. It kind of is like filling all of the little gaps while
I don't know how anyone's productive right now, to be quite honest, because I feel that way too, where I'm just like, my brain is just running around. I can't catch it. It's just going.
I know.
I have a job. I can't even think straight. That's how it feels.
I know. Yeah. You're looking for a job, right? Like,
I just realized I don't want one anymore.
Well, that's the thing, is that I'm like, I don't know. It's so funny being still, I'm not calling it retired anymore, because it feels a little like more stressful than retirement.
At first it was cute.
At first it was really fun. And now I'm like, fuck. But yeah, it's funny because people keep asking like, or like people will send me job or be like, hey, my job's hiring. Or like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. And then I don't know, it's funny too, having people like, someone said to me, they were like complaining about their job, and I was like, oh, I mean, quit your job, get a different one. Like there's so many jobs, and like the labor demand is so high right now.
Oh, it really is.
And she was like, oh, well, I don't know, enough about me. What do you not like about your job? And I was like, oh, I don't have a job.
You're like, we're circling back to you.
Yeah. And I was like, and back to you. No. And she was like, oh my God, but you're like so smart and so capable. I'm sure you can get one. And I was just like, no, that's not. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, no. So I'm kind of, I'm also sitting chilling at the Holiday Inn and doing a lot of weird odd jobs. And
that sounded weirder than it is.
But at least it's on your timetable, you know? At least like it's in your control, and that feels nice.
Yes, to a degree. Until I'm like, rent. Interesting.
Well, the Holiday Inn does have a checkout date. And
the Holiday Inn is requiring money of me.
Yeah, nightly rate at the Holiday Inn.
Oh God.
Yeah. Can't chill for too long.
Yeah.
We've also found out.
Yeah.
Are you also unemployed?
No, I'm currently like really employed.
Very employed.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm currently 2 employed. So if you guys want some employment, I wish I could. That would be cool. Yeah.
Where are you working?
I'm working at Trader Joe's.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
That's a solid job.
It's
Right?
so solid that like all I have to worry about is how tired I am. Like not any of the other job stuff that I normally worry about, which is really nice. It's really
Yeah.
like, oh, cool. I don't have to think about it. I could just go there and do the thing and then get paid for doing the thing and then get medical insurance. And that's really nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Super nice.
Good.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of extra happy to be here with you tonight. Yeah, no, I feel like I don't know how I'm so busy for someone who doesn't have a job, and Jay actually does have a job now, or like 2 jobs pretty much.
Yeah, kind of.
Like a job and a half. And so yeah, I'm excited that we're finally like doing this.
I know.
And I'm excited to, especially with you, and I fucking was so stoked. I feel like I was in Washington literally like last week, and it was 4 months.
It's been 4 months.
Which is insane.
I know.
I'm like, oh my god, somebody turn the dial of time down. It's too much.
Just getting a panic.
Remember when I yelled, like I'll never forget that day. I yelled at that fucking scooter kid.
What day?
Oh,
I'll forget it.
At what's it called? Port Orchard?
Kingston. Yeah, we were at that little.
Oh my god.
What happened?
Yes, dude. Oh my god. That was the funniest shit ever. That was the most small town shit I've ever seen in my life. Where
Ace.
Yeah, Ace. Go, please
You
tell us.
I mean, I'm not proud of this. It's the first time it ever happened to me. And it was like hands down gut reaction. But it was me and Mia, like consistently, and then there were like 3 other roller skaters who were like cycling in, and we were using one line of the park, like literally on the edge of the park.
One tiny part, and it's on the yeah, like you said, on the edge of the park. And it was Mia Palau, the one from she's from Barcelona, but she lives in Portland. Okay.
We were doing the same line, like no joke, for like 45
for like an hour.
Yeah. And then this scooter kid just starts appearing. He appears as soon as I drop in. He appears as soon as I 180 and try to fake you down a bank. And the 3rd time he appeared, I turned around and it was just like, I was like, what are you doing? Like it was like from my stomach, and because I was just like, I don't understand, like 3 times.
Yeah.
Like,
how old was he?
Around? Like Mia was filming me.
Yeah.
Like both of us are in the lane, and like he just drops in. He must have been like, I don't
11 maybe 12 11
yeah
12.
Okay.
I'm not good at gauging age, but that's
that like that would hurt him too.
Yeah, it was and okay, that's the crazy part, is that he wasn't so young that he was like completely like la 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 la. Like he was old enough to fucking know better.
Yeah.
And it was just so funny because I think I was in the parking lot or like up top of the park, and I just hear, "What are you doing?" And I turned around. And then I was with
oh my
Rebecca,
God.
and we were re-upping our Pedialyte our levels.
It was hot.
It was really hot, and we skated all day too. And it was like in June.
Was this nighttime? I'm trying to get like this mental picture.
No, it was like fucking heat of the day. Okay. Like it was middle of the day.
So you were just like pissed at this point,
which is hilarious because you weren't even like mean about it. It was literally just a matter of fact. What are you doing? And I was like, I felt that.
Like it's also like a little fear-based too, right? Like how can I stay out of your fucking way if this is the 3rd time you're dropping in on me? Like, what am I missing?
Yeah.
Like, but he got sad pants, and
called his mom. He called
He
called his mom.
And mom came.
But
imagine mom coming up to like Ace. Like imagine your mom, and then you're like, oh, and then you see.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Jay, it was even better because I was so like, I was a little bit like embarrassed, self-conscious by my reaction that I like bailed after that. I was like, okay, I yelled at a child. Like, no, I gotta go. Yeah. So Mama Bear was left with Mia, which like, let's go.
I fucking love Mia, and Mia's ruthless too. She was just like, your son was in the fucking way. He was gonna like it, and she was just like, your kid is not looking and is going to, he's gonna hurt himself and her. Like, it's your kid, it's not her fault. And the mom was just like, like the mom just did not fucking get it through her brain. And Mia was just like trying to explain it to her, and she just was not understanding. And it was so funny because, and then like Julie, AD, Angel of Death. Oh no, are you frozen? Oh, there you are. Okay, you're back. But then
I wonder if I was doing this while it was frozen.
But no, then Julie, AD, Julie comes along and is like, Julie's pregnant, so she has like a stepdaughter
and hormones
and but AD was like, listen, like they're just trying to say that, you know, like what your kid is doing, like he needs to learn etiquette and blah blah blah, and is trying to be all like mom friendly. And I'm just like watching with my Pedialyte.
I'm so surprised you didn't say anything. You must have been dehydrated.
I was,
but I just picture you on the corner like, no.
Alyssa,
we're not doing it.
Alyssa, you were like taking in my anxiety because I was like, let's just pretend that they think it's Mia who yelled at their kid. Like, let's just don't look at me. Like,
it wasn't me.
Pedialyte. You're like, put some Pedialyte in your La Croix. Like,
yeah.
I can't breathe. No.
Okay. Just choked on my own spit.
Or grape skin. Oh God. I like hummus to my spirit.
It was so much. It was so funny.
Well, I'm glad Mia was there though. That's
Mia's
a good heavy to have.
Yeah, that is. But I was gonna say that trip was so fun, and it feels like it was just the other day. Even oh yeah, and Ace came into the woods with me so I could pee. Like it was just it was like, where are we? We're in Washington, baby.
Oh yeah, everything is woods.
Yeah, no, and that was just a very fun trip. I can't believe that everyone happened to be there at the same time, that it was just like, whoa, the odds of this are lovely. It was really good. But so, okay, now that we know that you are no longer in Washington, what you like, okay, so back to Pennsylvania. You're from Pennsylvania, which I did not know until we were in Washington last time when we were on the beach, and I was like, wait, Ace, where the fuck are you from? Like, because I always thought you were from the Bay, because that's when I met you in like 2017. Oh my God, you were living in the Bay, and I was like, oh, she's just from the Bay. And then you were like, oh no, I'm from the East Coast. And I was like, no, you're not.
Well, I was in the Bay. Well, two things. I was in the Bay for like 10 or 11 years. And also, did I really only meet you in 2017?
Yeah, that's when I started skating skate parks.
I feel like I've known you a lot longer.
Yeah, I feel like that too. And it's really weird. Time is so weird.
Well, I think it's also a testament to the old ticker.
I agree.
Sorry, I was joking on my face, but also yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's so funny too, because I don't know, someone said something about like someone almost like tried to be mean to me about how much I like love you. They were like, well, I don't know, I'm no Ace. And I was just like, why is that? I was like, why are you insulting me?
How do I feel like I know?
You know who it is.
Of course I know who it is.
Yeah. And I was like,
Yes.
what? How are you? What? Like, I fucking love Ace. I've known Ace. That was you were one of the first people I met who was like sponsored. And my opinion of like sponsored people at that point was not very high, because like my experience here in Long Beach was just like, it was very elitist, or it felt very elitist. And I was like, oh, not very inclusive. And then I remember you came down to San Diego and skated the vert ramp with me and my friends. Yeah. And I remember being like, this girl Ace is coming. She's really good. She's really cool. I hope she's not an asshole. And then you came down and you were like the nicest ever. And I was like,
I feel like that's how I felt when I first met you too. I was like, oh, I'm so excited to meet Ace. I hope she's not mean. And it's not because you like give off that energy. It's just like, I think I feel that with anyone that like I don't know, and then, or like virtually know, and then I'm gonna meet them. Like,
you don't want to be, you don't want to be disappointed by your own narrative of someone.
Yeah, because that happens often. Like where I'll be like, wow, this person seems so cool. And then I meet them and they're like, will you film this for me? And like drive me to this place. And it's just like, okay.
So wait, I'm having an inside out experience
Really?
of this right now, which is like I met somebody who I wish was an asshole. But they're like
not
really cool.
You're like, I like them.
Yeah.
I have gone into so many situations like that with like the
yeah.
Like,
yeah. Some people are surprising.
Yeah.
Some people are like really shocking. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know what I expected, but I love you.
But
like,
also then it surprises me how like prejudgmental I was
same.
to this
Yeah.
entire situation.
Absolutely.
Whatever it may be.
Absolutely. Oh, completely. It's so funny. But okay. The question was, yes, Bay Area, Pennsylvania, because you've been skating for a long ass time.
Yeah, give us the
dirty deets.
The history?
Oh yeah.
Okay. My skating journey started in I think 12 years ago. I think 2010.
Yeah.
29.
29.
8 2000 I think 2009. That's when I started playing roller derby in Providence, Rhode Island.
Wow.
Oh.
That's where I went to college, was the University of Rhode Island.
Are you like 70?
What'd you say? Am I like 70?
I feel like you're like, oh, I lived in the Bay Area for 10 years and then I was in Rhode Island back in like, that's a long, I feel like you got a long old, give it to me.
I'm old.
No, you're not 70.
I'm old.
Oh, you're not 70.
Not 70, but old. Okay, so 4 years with Providence roller derby, and like I met a lot of super fun people like on the east, like in the East Coast derby circuit, who are still skating, like
awesome.
Bonnie Thunders, etc.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then I moved to the Bay Area in 2011. So I must have started roller derby sooner than that. 2006.
I was in 6th grade.
It was
Like that's when I started having PE regularly.
Let's play this game. Okay. I want to get this right. Okay, I graduated college in 2008 and I started roller derby in 2000. It must have been 2006. And you were in 6th grade in 2006?
I was in 6th grade and I was asking to go to the nurse's office every day. For anxiety. And getting sent home.
I was a freshman in high school.
Oh my God, you're a freshman in high school when I was in 6th grade?
I'm pretty sure. Because I graduated in 2010.
That's only 2 years.
I know.
Oh my God, you were a freshman in high school when I was in 6th grade. Yeah, dude. That's how many years apart we are in age. We know this.
I feel like a lot happens in 7th and 8th grade.
But also, I always feel like you're older than me. So anytime we have this talk, I'm like, why am I lying? Oh, why am I
listening?
Yeah. I always feel like I'm lying about being older than Alyssa.
That's too funny. But okay, so
so we're back in the Bay Area.
Yes.
2010.
We're playing derby in the Bay Area.
Yeah, so I moved to the Bay Area and hung up my skates, and I was like because all I knew, I hung them up because they were really tiny.
I pictured such a dramatic but go on.
Because like all I knew, the only associations I had with roller skating was roller derby. So like if I wasn't playing roller derby, it was like, what do I do?
You can't play by yourself.
Can't play by yourself. So
I can.
So I spent a year in the Bay Area not roller skating, and after that year, it dawned on me that like I have some social skills, but they're really better in certain environments. Like
I have some social skills.
Like, say it is. Believe it.
I'm trying to not be self-deprecating as like a self-love practice.
Yeah.
That's
so
amazing. I love that.
I like
really
that
love
I
that.
have some social skills came out of that.
Yes, because
Oh my god.
I would just be like, suck at interactions.
You're like, I have a couple skills of social types.
A couple.
Okay.
But they really only shine like in certain situations, like where I feel comfortable in private. Like, so I was like, I guess I need to join roller derby because that's how I made friends, in Rhode Island.
Anyways,
so where are we in the life of Mary?
You go back into the derbies in the Bay Area because you're like, oh wowie, my talking skills.
Oh no, I don't talk good.
I talk very good. Oh shit.
I just want some friends.
Yeah.
I just want some friends.
What did you move to the Bay for? Was it work?
No, it was just like a place that had like called me, and I had wanted to live in California like since high school. I was like too chicken to go for college. So my brother had an operation in Oakland at the time and had like a space where I could stay for a little bit.
Nice.
So that's like how I was able to get my foot in the door, which now I realize is definitely a thing, because when I looked at moving back to Oakland, like this time around from Washington, I was like, oh my God.
Oh no, yeah.
I cannot do it.
I'm sorry,
I'm like,
my father is. Yeah, no, Oakland is
it's expensive as fuck now too, especially
right?
it reminds me.
I thought that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, no,
right? The expense.
Yeah, like it's expensive, right? Yeah, because I feel like Oakland and Long Beach are kind of on the same paths where, like, Oakland
just expensive for no reason.
Well, literally, like Oakland and Long Beach were both like everyone talked shit on them for so long, and like no one dared to go to these places, and now all of a sudden everyone their fucking mother wants to live in both of them, and like
it's really weird seeing like young interracial like LGBTQ all of the others, like in a neighborhood where I'm like, wait, this is literally like only Mexican families, super lower income Mexican families, only Cambodian families, super low income, only Black families, and then all of a sudden it's just like
everyone.
Who are you people?
Yeah.
Like, where did you come from, and why is it so expensive?
Yeah, dude, that's how I feel too. And like I grew when I was younger, I went to like, you know how Oakland used to have a bunch of like abandoned lots?
Yeah, I mean,
I used to go to like abandoned lot shows and parties and shit. And I remember going up to Oakland and feeling a lot like how I would feel going to like here in Long Beach we have like the port.
I was gonna say like like the bridge,
like,
yeah,
like,
by the 710.
Yeah, and I would go to shows that were in like the shipping area of like the port, and it was like the same feeling of like
I'm not gonna make it
out. I don't know if I'm making it out tonight, but like you just but it's so wild now because my partner and I went up to Oakland in June, and it was like this is so fancy now, and I was just like, what? It's really expensive, and it's like wild. I feel like Long Beach and Oakland are always kind of doing the same shit. It's wild, but anyways, yes. So you went there, yeah. You had a way to go with your brother.
Okay, yeah. So staying with my brother was like got my foot in the door, and played roller derby with Bay Area for 4 seasons.
Damn.
2 of which. One of which definitely I was out for injury, which was like a big, that was like definitely a big corner to turn that like took me a long time, like having an injury, getting benched, getting better, working my way back on the roster. That was like one of the biggest, longest learning experiences of my life. Obviously in a good way. At the time,
didn't feel like it. Yeah.
What was the injury, if you don't mind us asking?
Oh yeah. I tore my meniscus. And your meniscus, it's like that cushion between your femur and your tibia. so I tore it, and when you tear your meniscus, like two things can happen. It can either be torn like so much that when they do the surgery, they take off the torn part. And then in that way, it's like almost an outpatient procedure. So like imagine like a hangnail, like if you just pull the hangnail off, you can like go. But the other option is they repair the hangnail, or they repair the part that tore off. And in that case, you have to like bandage it up, like in, you know, this metaphor, this hangnail metaphor I'm using. You have to like bandage it up. You have to be immobile for a certain amount of time, and then start rehab. And so they don't know what they can do until they go in there. So there was this uncertainty like going into the procedure, and I like totally was delusional and told myself like, this is an outpatient procedure, I'm going to be fine. Like I'm going to go in, I'm going to come out like in the off season. And like, no way. It took a really long time to get back to it. But you know, a lot of learning experiences, made a lot of good friends. That was super, that experience was like super impactful as far as me applying to physical therapy school.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So that injury helped me like connect the dots with all the work I'd been doing, like in movement and like volunteerism. I was like, oh my God, there's like a job where you can get paid a living wage to help people. And you don't have to like do the blood and
the gross stuff.
Yeah.
The nauseous parts.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you start going to school? 2010?
When did you start? When did
this connect? I'm sorry.
Okay, so this is a good question. So like I did graduated undergrad in 2008.
Okay.
And then this injury happened like around 2012, 2013.
Okay.
In 2014, I started a post-bac because I was an English major, and none of those credits will get you into medical school.
Shit.
Heads up, kids.
Don't do it.
PSA.
Go to English.
Yes. I was a double major, English and philosophy, so like two ways to be unemployed.
Double, don't do it.
Don't do that. Spending all that money in the wrong place.
I tell you what, I can read so hard.
Dude,
I can write so hard.
Someone's got to do it.
When I get to medical school, you'll all see. I'm going to read the fuck out of those books.
So like 2014 to 2016, I did this post-bac and like got those prerequisites and did like some internship and stuff. And in 2016 is when I started park skating.
Oh, cool. Okay. So like right before, like a year before I met you then.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I feel like we've known each other. Like, I feel like I've known you as long as I've been skating. Cause
that's sweet.
Yeah. Do you remember going to Peck Park? Like,
yeah, I do remember that. And I remember there was a dog that I pet, and that's about as much as I remember, because I have such bad anxiety that when I'm like anxious or overwhelmed, I just like black out and don't remember anything. And I remember that day I was very anxious because there was a lot of people who I didn't know well, and a lot of people who were like someone in roller skating, and I was like literally just a random person who lived in Long Beach and like somehow got invited to it. Yeah.
Okay, well, let me just tell you how the rest of us think about this, like who are not in Long Beach, which is that anyone in Long Beach like is the person. Is like all of you, because you're in Long Beach, like you are the roller skaters, like you are the people to see and be seen with. So I am like, I also had anxiety that day, but but I remember being so like so entertained by you that day.
Sounds about
that
right.
Sounds right.
At one point you were just like there's a video of it. Someone took a video of you saying, "That's Kid Ace, #1 fan right here." of Kid Ace, and I was like, that's the first time anybody likes me as a roller skater.
Oh my
So
god.
nice.
So funny.
Which is like not true. That's not the first time anyone
Yeah.
like said that in their life, but it's the first time someone said it in
out
such
loud.
a way
like
because
shamelessly.
no one would ever just be like, this is #1 fan. But it was like, yeah, I'm doing it.
No inhibitions at all.
No ambition.
I love that. I can totally relate to that.
That is so funny. Yeah, I don't remember much about that day. I do remember I was there, and I remember I drove there, and I remember I pet a dog, and I remember there were a lot of people. And
did you see this was something else I remember about that day, in that pool, like on the far right side
with the orange coping or orange
Yes.
tile? Yeah.
Yes, Nick the medic was doing some kind of like something, and Estro was standing on the drain to film him, and he timed it perfectly to like do his trick on the coping and then just like dive bomb into Estro, like she's like this, and then it's just like shit, like yeah.
It was from that day.
That was that day. Yeah.
I'm glad
know
I
that
didn't
pool,
see
'cause
that.
That would suck.
Dude,
Like,
that
angle.
that pool is impossible to skate. Like that is a very hard to
It's deep.
skate pool.
Yeah. And that's why I think, I mean, Nick's a very skilled skater. I was like,
Yeah,
how did you run into her?
But
Yeah.
also just like
It's
it's
them.
a pool and it like meets
Yeah.
in such a like bottom
Yeah.
mid point that
Oh my god.
there's only one way to go.
Also, I feel like I don't know how, but Estro is like, knock on so much wood, but like I feel like I've seen them in like not even eat shit, but just like fall or get hurt in the most chaotic ways, and they just like pop back up and they're like, ha ha ha, and I'm like,
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say, is like that's what was impressive about this situation, is like it was like happening in slow motion, but I was also seeing the future of like Estro's head cracked in half, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nick the medic having to like sew it together.
Yeah.
Like there. But like Esther was just like this, like got like really stiff for a minute, and then like got up, and I was
Yeah.
Oh my god.
absolutely, that sounds right. That
Yep.
also sounds right.
Sounds about right.
Wow. Okay, so park skating started. How did you? What got you into park skating from Derby? Like, were you just like, oh, I want to try something new?
Yes. So let's see, like with many transitional moments in my life, I had just been through a breakup, so you know, self-destruction was high on my priority list.
Yeah. Of course.
And there was like a meetup at Potrero, which is in San Francisco. There was a meetup at Potrero, and my friend Kim Infectious,
that's a good one.
I like it.
we just like went together, and
Wow.
it was like it was like over after that, and I met Dita and Baby Girl. We're back. So
2017 you were the meetup.
2016 is when I started.
Okay.
Right.
That was the meetup.
Okay.
Okay.
And then that whole year, 2016 and 2017, and well, it was until Dita left the Bay Area. Like Dita, myself, and Baby Girl D, we skated together all the time. There was like a very magical moment in time for us three, where like a wolf would howl, and we'd all just like end up at the courthouse on a Friday night in Oakland, like every Friday night, like all night, and skate. So and cool. It was awesome. It was a really awesome moment. And then Dita moved, and things started like picking up, like more people started skating and stuff like this. So I mean, that was nice. Like some of the roller derby people started roller skating, but not to get like super heavy all of a sudden, but 2017 there were like two major tragedies in my world. Somebody passed away, and someone very close to me had like a very traumatic injury. And then by the end of 2017, I had a very like severe depressive episode, and like everything turned around, or it had to turn around.
Yeah.
So
no, that's super real.
Yeah. I remember like leading up to that point, like, because depression is like this like crescendo, like
Yeah.
it starts and like it's starting, and then it's just a matter of like mitigating how wide it gets.
For how long it can
and like getting lost in it too, where you're like not even a person anymore. It's really weird.
It is, and and things become fleeting, like your sense of who you are, what you're proud of, what your values are, like all of that like starts to get fleeting. It starts to like go away, and it's like, what am I doing? Roller skating like physically kept me alive. Like it kept me eating. Like I would eat so I could roller skate. And drink 12 beers a lot of nights by myself. That was not okay. Friends. But it's definitely a sign. So so like it's like roller skating was that thing that I could always come back to and like always like attach myself to and be like, this is something that's very real. That's something I know that I love, and like that loves me back. And I remember when I was going through the thickest part of like this depression, and it was maybe like a half of a day long, like the max crescendo, before they give you all the medicine to shut you up. I was like, I gotta quit this. If I cease to exist, I'm not allowed, like, I can't roller skate anymore. And like that shit like totally brought me back. Called my dad, got in an Uber, got taken care of, got the help that I needed. And like the first thing I did, I think I was in the hospital for like 5 days, and I got out on like a Thursday, and Saturday morning I had a photo shoot scheduled with somebody, and it was like, my dad was there with me, and he was like, you don't have to do these things, like you can cancel these things. And I was like, no, man, like what's gonna feel awesome for me is to like do 1 million backflips right now. Like and that's what I did. And that's the backflip. That's the cover of AntiClique.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, no fucking way. I had no clue about this. That's so crazy. Insane.
That picture
behind that backflip.
Yeah.
That picture is really, really special picture, not just because of that, but also because the day I got out of the hospital, Dita called me, and like Dita and I are connected. We don't like have a regular like chat scheduled up. So like she'll call when there's something up, and she called me the day I got out of the hospital and was like, hey, do you want to submit some content for AntiClique? And I was like, yes, like I'm meeting with this photographer or whatever, I'll send this to you afterwards. And so that like kind of like all this like things was just like, okay, you like really have to stay alive, like do that so that you can experience like this kind of magic, these like things aligning and stuff. And then I took the picture, I sent it to Dita. I thought it was just gonna like be in there, and she was like, we're putting this on the cover, it's so nice. Like, yay.
That's so cool. I did not know that. I mean, not cool, but it's like, it is cool. Yeah, it's like I did not know the background of that at all. That's nuts. I'm just imagining you on like a burner phone that you smuggled in, like, I'll be there Saturday morning. Like, even though I know that's obviously not what happened, but
my helmet, I'm doing backflips.
Meet me under the bridge, 12 p.m. Like, that's just what I'm imagining. But that's so wild. And it's also like, cool that this interview or this episode is going to be in AntiClique. So it's like full circle too. Or I should say a portion of this will be in there. But
yeah,
that's so fucking cool. When does the yoga part come into this? Like, how did you, because I feel like,
yeah, where are we? We're at, okay, so you got out
this is late 2017. We're in late 2017. Yeah. Okay, go on.
Yeah, so this is late 2017 or like, or maybe January 2018. I actually started teaching yoga in I did my training in 2009 before I left Rhode Island.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so part of moving out to California was like wanting to be more in like that lifestyle, because the East Coast, as far as wellness is concerned, is like exponentially behind.
Yeah.
I'll show you fucking wellness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, that's
therapy.
Hey, Ma.
Yeah. There's like no stillness. There's no silence. Like it's
yeah.
So when I was in California, I did a lot of yoga teaching. I managed a yoga studio for like 2 or 3 years, taught yoga there. Like got my personal training certification. And so those were like the little pieces that like, then I had that injury in Derby and I was like, oh, these pieces lead to this PT thing.
Totally.
Yeah, so that's like kind of how that was happening. And then yoga for skaters is just like a direct product of moving out of California and like giving up my business there and having to start something in Washington, where wellness is also not as like around.
Yeah, it is really big in California compared to like literally everywhere else.
Yeah. And so I started yoga for roller skaters because I couldn't find a studio to work out of for like over a year. I had worked a really challenging marketing job in an office, which it took me 2 office jobs to figure out that like I just cannot do an office job.
That's me. Yeah, I feel that.
I don't know why we all try so hard.
Because it's like we're told that that's like what you're supposed to do, and it's like so easy to fall into the thinking of like there's something wrong with me, when it's like no, it's just not meant for everyone.
No, who wants to sit down for them?
Some people do. Some people really thrive with that level of like I think it's boring, but I also know that people, like a lot of people do like that consistency and the comfort and the like reliability, I guess, or like the like I clock in at 8 a.m. and I leave at this time. And it's like I don't think that works for a lot of people, but I think that, thank fucking God, it works for some people. Otherwise the world would fall apart. And so I'm very thankful to people that can do it. It's just not me or a lot of my friends.
Are they making it fall apart?
I mean, well, that's a bigger question than we have time for.
That's a big capitalism.
Let's get into this. I'm just kidding.
So wait, so what year did you start yoga for? What year did you move to Washington?
Okay, that's a good question. I moved to Washington in February of 2019.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was so I was in California for another year, moved in 2019 and had a job, like this office job for a year. And I quit the office job in December of 2019. The pandemic set in March of
3 months later. Yeah.
Yeah, like almost immediately after. And I was like, oh, I am like somewhat effed because I'm not unemployed because of the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't get that unemployment.
Yeah.
That was the one. I couldn't either. But
I didn't either, yeah.
Yeah. So
I heard it was pretty nice.
I heard it was nice.
My brother got it.
Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
I heard it was pretty nice.
Yeah. So then you started,
I want to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm jealous. So you started yoga for skaters and
so I started that like as soon as the like pandemic set in.
Yeah, good timing.
Leading up to that, I had a job offer. I got a job offer in February to be a health coach at Boeing. Through a company called Vita, which is out of San Francisco. When the pandemic hit, my job offer got like
rescinded.
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
that's so wild, especially
so,
when, oh, there's a pandemic directly affects wellness. Yoink! Like
also just like I want to backtrack just a little bit because I want to acknowledge that you had like not very long before that gone through like a
so
really
much
big
shit,
thing that like you couldn't control, obviously, but it was like so personal, and now it's like you really can't control the situation and it's so personal to all of us together at the same time.
yeah.
That's kind of like
amazing.
It's nice that like, I don't know, I feel like yoga for skaters came at the perfect time because it was like, oh, everyone has to stay home. Sweet. Like I remember taking one of the classes because I've been a studio member of a yoga studio here since like 2016. Like I've been a member there for so long, and then all of a sudden it was like this little tiny fucking crumpet of mental health I have was like, yeah, like the one, like the space that I go to practice this thing that like holds me together was like yoinked out. So I feel like yoga for skaters came at like a really good time where a lot of people were like, what the fuck, skate parks are closed, yoga studios are closed, all these resources are done. So I guess like it's a good time to have a Zoom yoga. And the first one I took, it was like really fucking good too. I was like, yes, finally.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, it was a quick setup, which is nice, and like thank you to my marketing background and my friend Jen, who is awesome. She helped me out. Hey Jen.
Hey,
Jen. But yeah, and and to your point, Jay, like having like 2018 be such like a year of mental health exploration and growth, and having 2019 be such a like transitional year, like moving to a new place, like taking this new job, like I needed that shit as much as anybody. And so it was awesome, and like the donation based model was awesome until it wasn't. And I just want to acknowledge that if I could make everything donation based and get this practice to everybody for free, because this is a passion project, this does not make me money, I would do that. But there's a lot of unsightly people on the internet who like to F with your stuff. And unfortunately, a paywall is like one of the securities you can take to make sure that the students you get are serious and nobody crashes the Zoom meeting, because that was a thing back then. People just like getting links to Zoom meetings and like, here's some boobs. Like
that happened? You got boobs?
It didn't happen to me, but it happened to an organization that I was in touch with during that time, that I was like a teacher group kind of thing. It was like Zoom bombing, I guess. It was
Zoom boobing.
Zoom bombing. Like
I like boobing. I like
boobing. You like boobing?
Yeah. Zoom boob.
We're gonna do it now. Ah!
It was us. It was us. So everything leading up to yoga for skaters, it sounds like you had, and it's so funny because my dad always says, he's like, don't think, because I'm such an anxious person, he's like, stop thinking about trying to just like get to where you want to be in one step. Think of it as like stepping stones. Like that shitty corporate job that you didn't want to take was a stepping stone to something else. Or like for you, you had been doing yoga since forever, because somehow you're 900 years old and have been alive for so long.
That's
but you were doing yoga, and then you had this injury that inspired you to do PT, and then you had like this marketing job that taught you how to market, and it's like all of them just kind of coming together. So do you feel like, even though it is terrible timing, the pandemic was kind of also good timing for internet platforms in a way, or when it comes to like a yoga class that's over Zoom rather than in person, because that wasn't even an option?
I think it's okay for people to say that some things went right for some people during the pandemic, and like that's not anyone's fault, but there's been a lot of innovation, and I think that that's like something that needs to be really recognized, is that you didn't just like, I don't know, like this wasn't just like a bullshit idea you came up with and you were like, whatever, like I'm gonna stretch on my story and then put my Venmo up and see if people pay me. Like, no, you put thought and like, how do I use what I have and the tools that I already have to like make something out of the situation. And that's what a lot of people did. And you don't have to, like, it sucks that people, you kind of feel like you have to be like, oh, it went right for me during the pandemic because of that situation. And it was because of that. You wouldn't have come up with that, I don't think. Happened.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you like acknowledging that for sure, because that's very real. And like my industry grew a lot, like the fitness and wellness industry grew a lot as far as technology and like platforms and how we deliver care. But so did a lot of other industries, and like thank goodness, because it kind of like, some people, I don't want to say this like helped me financially survive. This definitely helped me like mentally and emotionally survive. And like we all had to find something like that.
And that's what gives you the strength to get to the financial part. Like if you're not okay mentally and emotionally and physically, like if you can't do the thing, how are you gonna like even put yourself through a bullshit job to just pay the rent, like those are the stepping stones sometimes.
And I feel like there's such a weird stigma around getting to do what you love for money, and it's like not fair to be demonized for like making money off of something that you have worked really fucking hard to be able to teach. And like I kind of had this issue when I started doing lessons too, where I was like, who the fuck am I to teach fucking skating lessons, like who am I to be making money off of something that I love so much and something that I've been doing literally for free for so long, like teaching others just because like you want other people to know. I don't know.
I'm scared.
Yeah. Sometimes I watch people and I'm like, please let me no, but I think it's the same thing where it's like, we've been it's such a taboo, and it's such a fucking catch-22 where it's like you're a bad person for making money off of something you love, which that's not the case at all. And I think that more people should be allowed to do what they love for a living. Like we shouldn't be, I don't know, like demonizing that.
And also like I think the proof is just in the pudding.
I love pudding.
I don't like that term though, but like it's, even if you're like, who the fuck am I to be doing this? I don't know, ask the person who booked you for a lesson.
Like that too.
They are obviously there for a reason.
And it's the same with,
they're not saying that, so like why are we saying that?
Same with skater yoga too. It's like that's you should be able to make money off of that, like you're allowed to. You're so fucking talented and skilled and have so much history with this thing and are a really good teacher too, so it's like
why the fuck wouldn't you? Sorry, wait, are we allowed to cuss on this? But then that's also, I want to like bring that back a little bit too, to where that doesn't mean that like there's going to be then 500 other people who see that idea that you came up with and are going to try. But when you put your heart into something, people can weed out the ones that are just kind of
doing it
there for that shit and gig situation, you know?
Well, first of all, Alyssa, thank you for saying what you said. I appreciate that. Put a lot of like work and thought into like teaching and these things. And then Jay, as far as what you said, like, there are so many yoga teachers, and there are so many yoga teachers qualified to teach yoga to roller skaters. And the imposter syndrome is definitely real. The imposter syndrome is real when I want to do pricing. The imposter syndrome is real, like, usually like 2 minutes before class, I'm like, oh my God, I should cancel like 2 times a week, every week. But looking past that, like once you get past that, what is there is this world of opportunity for everybody, because, and my teacher says this really well, and I think it applies to a lot of things in life, which is everybody requires a different amount of intensity and duration for like anything you're doing. And, you know, I provide a practice that has the intensity and duration that I appreciate as a roller skater and that benefits me as a roller skater and that I see like can benefit other roller skaters.
Yeah.
However, for some people, that intensity and duration like doesn't make sense for their bodies.
Yeah.
And for that, like that's not my fault.
Yeah.
But what I can do is like make sure I know who the other players are in the ring, and I can tell people like, hey, like you want something more, you want to see this person, or you're wanting something that's more like this, you're going to want to see this person. And same thing with roller skating. Like anyone who puts themselves out there to teach is going to teach what they are particularly good at.
Yeah.
And there's so many options of things to teach that it's a really like beautiful thing to have so much opportunity. And it's really important that we network and support each other.
Yeah.
The culture of competition, like I am so over it. So over it.
I feel like because I played like competitive sports my whole life, and I don't know how I got lucky enough to like it just like left when I left like the competition or like the competitiveness. Like I don't have that same feeling with like roller skating that I did with like softball and water polo or literally any sport I played growing up, where I was just like, I have to win. And like now I feel like I don't have that at all. And it even in like someone else who also makes apparel within roller skating was like, oh, like we were talking to each other about like, I was like, oh dude, the new shirt you have is so sick. And then they were like, yeah, like, oh, I'm glad, like, is it weird for us to like talk? And I was like, what? Why would it be weird to like compliment each other? We're not competition. That's the whole point.
I'm not going to make your shirt.
Yeah. And it's also like, that's the beauty of, just like you said, everyone like different.
You don't have to buy my shirt if you don't like my shirt. Look at there's all these other, no, I just mean like
the flavor, the variety.
There's so much other stuff. Like we all have such different styles, and there really are so many like little subgenres that come back down.
And I think that's true with literally everything too, like different strokes for different folks. And I think that goes with, I mean, that's relevant to everything, even watching skating. There are some people who are really fucking good and I just don't give a shit about watching them because I'm just like, I don't know, it's not my jam. I can say that you're really good and like incredibly skilled, but I'm like, I don't get off on it, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't have to, and it's totally fine. And it's like, it once again comes back to another thing that we're all kind of brainwashed to think that we have to be perfect and everyone has to love us and agree with us and resonate with us, when that's just not realistic and that's never the case. And like, I don't know, it's great when people do resonate with you, and it makes it even more special when you have like very intention-based things such as skate or yoga, where you're like, yeah, I know that this is my intensity and my duration that feels good for me, and that's not gonna suit everyone, and that's totally fine. But the people who do like it
are gonna be here.
Yes.
Are gonna be stoked for it.
Yeah. I love it. And also I don't know of any other, like I remember I don't know, around the time that you started yoga for skaters, I only knew of yoga for like skateboarders, and I didn't know anyone doing yoga for roller skaters.
No, I don't
I don't think I knew of any before either, because I had only taught it like 2 times. I taught it at like RollerCon once, and then like maybe for another event, like a one-time thing. I never did it like the way I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
As like a curriculum kind of thing. So
what made you like, what got you from the thinking phase into the doing phase? Like what pushed you over to like get over the imposter syndrome and be like, no, fuck this, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do yoga for skaters and I'm gonna charge, and I'm gonna like, well, I know that you did donations.
Finances?
Yeah, well, no, like, but even with finances, there's still the element of self-doubt, at least I'm only speaking for myself, is so strong sometimes that it immobilizes me, even though I'm like, fuck, I feel like everyone on the outside can tell that I can do this, but my brain like literally won't let me. So like, how did you get from like gestational period of thinking of this into like, okay, we're fucking doing it. Here's a link, everyone. Like, here's my website. Like, how did it, what got it into actual motion?
That's a great question. Okay, so I think maybe two things that would speak to that. The first piece, like as far as the finance thing goes, like things were donation. And so what I could always say to myself is, this is free. If they don't want to be here, they can leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like kind of, that's really all I needed in the beginning to do it, because like I love teaching and I love stretching, not necessarily on a camera, like in front of people, but like it's definitely something that comes from my heart. And so it's not very challenging when I'm doing it. Like it's like, it's
Or
like
not.
Ace, and then like Mary Smith teaches yoga. Like there's like a thing.
Yeah.
But then as far as like the kind of like moving and shaking and putting all those dots together, like I was just lucky enough to be unemployed, and like the nature of my personality is for better or for worse, like really impulsive. So it worked out that kind of drive, that kind of like drive to execute tasks and stuff, like came out in that moment, which that kind of brought it all together. But I have to say, like the community itself was helpful. So Jen, who helped me like connect everything, I know from roller derby. Someone named Lynn, who is in Oregon, gave me Yoga for Skaters, the URL, which is like, you know, it's a really great URL to have.
Yeah.
If you're like a nerd like that. So there were, you know, like there was this history, there were these people like bolstering me up, and then it's like all I have to do is like reach out to Michelle, and Michelle's like, yeah, get on the stories, like do the thing. You know, I am so lucky to have these people in my life. And you know, and sometimes it's easier than others to like reach out for that kind of help, but for something like yoga that I'm like so passionate about and very like proud of, it felt right, and it felt easy. And I think also I had just come off of a 100-hour teacher training.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And so I was like jazzed, because I was like building my skills. I was like right back into it, and like just it kind of like sparked the fire also.
That's awesome. That's
Thanks, Jason Crandall.
I feel like once again it's like the synergy of like all these things that are like so random, then all of a sudden it's like like they all work together.
Yes.
So, and like to make this beautiful thing, and you're like, oh, that's what was brewing the whole time, like cool.
Or like maybe your brain, I don't know, like because it seems like all of these things you have them like, it's like the little aces in your brain and your body are like working behind the scenes, and they're doing all these things while you're just like so focused on what's right in front of you. And then once you finally have this like moment of clarity, or like maybe even panic, where it's like, what do I do? What should I do now?
Yeah.
And then you start to like see all these things that you've kind of started to like prep for yourself, and then you can put them together with a clear mind. And it seems like that's kind of like your, not like fight or flight, but like that's what your body and your brain naturally does in these situations. Like you have a moment of like, oh my God, what are we doing? Figure it out. And it's just like great things have come from those moments. It seems like from these stories we're getting.
Yeah, no, I think you're spot on. I do think the like the hard rollout and the like I'm putting everything on the line is like a total survival mechanism. Like when you don't have anything, you have to call on everything, like or anything. Like, so yeah, it was like, you know, no job. Like I had just moved to Washington, so no friends. It was the fucking winter, which means no roller skating.
No
like,
sun.
Yeah, no sun.
Happiness.
So it was like, oh my God, what is left? Like, let's
figure
do this.
it out.
Yeah.
Like, crack the knuckles.
Oh yeah. I love that. And I'm excited to see what your like current Holiday Inn residency, your dark phase.
What did you call it again?
Yeah, what did you say? Dark Night
Rises?
The Dark Night of the Soul.
Oh yes. There's
it's actually an Instagram account called The Holistic Psychologist.
I follow
and
them.
You do. It's them.
I need to see this.
Yeah, it's there.
Well,
they like identified it, and I was like, oh my God, this is like for sure where I am at right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people are there right now too. But yeah, no, I feel like I'm excited to see what comes, since it's such a like it, and it I can relate a lot to what you're saying too, of like kind of jumping and then the parachute comes out once you've already jumped type of thing, and like just making really weird impulsive decisions and being like, well, it worked, like and I don't know, I'm excited to see what comes of that now that you're kind of in the transition again.
Well, and I have to clarify, and I feel like maybe you'll relate to this as well. I have to clarify and specify that being impulsive is not negative.
No.
Being impulsive is can be okay. And the reason that I feel okay about like my level of impulsivity or whatever is because like as impulsive as I am, I feel like I have figured out a way in 35 years, it's taken a long time, to like balance that with like a mindfulness practice.
Yeah.
And when you are consistent with this mindfulness practice, when these opportunities arise, like you already have this connection to your heart, to your truth, to the answers, that what seems impulsive is maybe something you've just already always known.
Yeah, and something that you've been preparing for without knowing it too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, I think it's, I like that you specified that too, because when I talk about impulsivity, whatever, it's not really in a negative way, except there are some people who are impulsive in a terrible way. But I think there's a healthy way to, there's a healthy way to act on impulses too, where just like you said, it's something that maybe has been like coming for you and you didn't know it. And then you're like, oh shit, that's it, and then you have to just go with it, or else you know, because sometimes there's a very small window of opportunity for something that's like so crucial and so important, and you're like, fuck, I gotta jump right now because this is it, like I don't have the time to, I've already been working up to this.
And you know, like like living wise, you saw the space that I was teaching in during the pandemic. Like that was a big, beautiful space. Living wise, this situation is very different. But because I am so aware of like how important the roller skating in the winter piece is for me, like it was a no-brainer. I'm like, I will live in the bowl, like like just make sure it's like walking distance, like you know. So in that way, it's just like, I'm familiar with my priorities. It was like a no-brainer. And for some people that looks like negative impulsivity, for some people it looks like informed impulsivity, but at the end of the day, like it's like my call.
Exactly. You're the only person that's gonna have to deal with whatever comes from dealing with this.
I hope I get to deal with you two coming to visit.
I hope you get to deal with us too.
I've been to Philly one time, and I've been to New York City a couple times.
We gotta go to the East Coast.
But the East Coast is such a big question mark to me. I'm like, what's over there?
And I've never really in my life wanted or had the urge to go to like New York or the East Coast. And recently I was like, I can picture myself walking around.
You have cabin fever?
I don't know if it's cabin fever, but
well, oh my gosh, did you see that person in Colorado do the gainer out of the bowl today? Colorado has so much talent.
Colorado's nuts. It's the air, it's the elevation, it's the water, it's the pure quality of air. I don't know, it's a lot, and I don't have any of that, and it's crazy.
Who's that person?
Who was it?
Amazing. I think it's Brianna.
Oh, she like busted her chin, huh?
She fell on the first
like busted. She like scraped it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I see blood.
PTSD.
Oh, sorry.
No, she totally. I think she totally did a face plant, but she got out of it.
She got out of it, and then she went back and tried it again, and she. Oh my god, it was.
Did it?
My hands are sweating.
Wait, Brina?
Brina.
Yeah.
No.
Watch it again. And you know what pisses me off is that when I turn my phone on, or like if I'm driving and I have to look at like the directions or something, I don't know why my brain, no, I know why. My brain goes automatically to Instagram, and that's what like came up as the first thing. And I was like, it was wild. Nope.
No, I
then
can't.
but then she does it.
No, I saw it, but
Okay.
I mean, after you bust your chin open, you can't really watch someone else hit their chin. It hurts.
That's true. She didn't need
I think it's
stitches.
amazing. I think it's amazing she went for it. I don't know if I could have.
Oh,
I mean, maybe
imagine.
in the moment, if you felt like that. I don't know if I'd have the guts if I felt like that to do it again. Maybe.
No, fuck no. I'd be like, okay, time to go home.
But then like also I feel like she knew that she had it, and maybe she was like, oh fuck, like had I just believed in myself in that little moment, then I would have had it.
Dude, that's how I feel when I watch, oh my god, anyone I watch who does crazy shit, a lot of bladers that I watch, they'll get fucked up, like wrecked, get back up and try again until they get it. And I'm like, that would send me home.
Yeah, I don't like that trick in particular, and probably a lot of these other big air tricks. I'm just like, how do you scaffold to that? Like, that's my whole teaching philosophy, is like, what are the tricks that you should nail to get you to the next?
That seems like a 0 to 100.
Yes, like
there is no step one.
Go for it or die.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I know, I saw a video.
Land this or you're a vegetable.
Yeah, I saw a video of someone doing like a fakie bio 360, which is something I have not seen roller skaters do. And I was just like, how the fuck do you spot that?
Who
like
did this?
What is that?
It was Chicas Judías.
Chicas Judías.
The roller skater?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yes.
See the hate.
Yes, I saw that. What does a bio mean? You're going this way?
Bio is like a different axis of spinning. So instead of just you're like
going so your 3 is like 3. Well, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's like a bad one to use. Okay, bone. So this is just a 360, and then bio would be like this.
Like you're adding.
Okay. So you go in front.
She was going in fakie.
So you go in fakie.
Well, the one that she posted was fakie, and then like
I gotta see it.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'll send you the video right now.
I just started following that person. They are awesome to watch.
Yeah,
but I don't remember seeing that one. Let's all get on Instagram right now while we're on.
I'm sending it to you right. Oops. God, every time I type in kid, it goes to Angel, and I'm like, no. Kid Ace exists.
Wait. Hold on.
Stole my name, that guy.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to do this right now just because I need to do the genuine
What?
reaction.
Oh, I just sent it to you too.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Oh!
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. It's really cool.
Let me see it.
Wait, because it kind of makes me.
Oh my fucking god! It's so sick.
Cool. What the fuck?
Did you get it, Ace?
I'm watching it right now. It's coming.
Yo, fuck.
This kid's a nar. Oh!
Isn't it tight?
How does this only have 588 likes?
That's what I think. Like under the shoulder. Yeah.
She literally just goes back to the same spot. She's going back.
No, it's she's looking or
shoulder,
they're looking over.
And then she like right there.
Yep.
All right, you ready, y'all?
Yeah.
This actually looks like a trick that I would be willing to try.
I think you should.
Yeah.
And I am going to put it on my list for hibernation. Goals.
Hibernation station.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you send us like, as you're practicing, send us like, hey guys, this is day 1 of me practicing that thing.
Actually, yeah, that's what your broadcast
that's the series.
Be.
Let's start it there.
That's a good idea.
That's an idea. Let's sprinkle that one in there. And then we're just like Bert and Ernie, like on the side, like, or the 2 old guys in the theater, the Muppet old guys. What are their names? It's just us, like, yes, she did it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I think it's a good idea.
That trick. Okay, so Alyssa, so that's called a bio 360.
It's a fakey 360, but
like, no bio. They call it like a bio 360. Well, at least in blading. Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What would that trick be if you went in front? Okay, basically what I'm asking is, what is a no-handed banana flip?
I don't know what the fuck a banana flip is.
It's the one where you like put your hands down and your feet go around.
Is that the same as a Miller flip or no?
No, it's the one that's not the Miller flip.
I don't know which.
Miller flip, I think
You're like you go off the wall.
yeah. You like kick off the wall, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then the banana flip.
You're doing like windshield wiper.
Yeah.
Freaks me out because I feel like every shin in the world is gonna get like smashed.
Honestly, I would rather try a banana flip than a Miller flip. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people like
actually.
That. I mean, Miller flips just don't make sense to my brain. I'm like, no. But so the question was, what's a no-handed banana flip?
Yeah, what would a no-handed banana flip be?
How the fuck would you do that? Yeah.
I'm so close to it. I'm so close to it.
So you mean a cartwheel along
That's like a lateral cartwheel.
A lateral cartwheel?
Yeah. Wait, I think
How do you land, Ace?
Okay, so what I've been doing is
show us.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Let me push it back a little bit. Okay, so what the thing that happens is all right, so I'm gonna go up the ramp front. And then instead of like putting my hands to the ramp to like swing my legs around, I go back and make the rotation.
Oh, wait.
Wouldn't that be what the fuck?
So you're kind of like doing a front, like a bio.
Yeah, that's kind of like a bio 360 forward.
Just forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like it though. Well, like that's what if I see a video of it.
Can you show us a video next time?
Yeah, I can show you a video next time. Do you want to try to see a video through Zoom?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say this right now, and I want to be quoted. Good and Gather unsweetened strawberry mango sparkling water made with natural flavor, 0 calories per serving. Tastes like Pop Rocks.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
It is delicious.
My mom gave that to me for
This is
for free.
the only
Good and Gather
sparkling water I'm gonna ever drink from now on.
Well, thanks to my mother. Okay, where's the video, Ace?
Okay,
No,
I'm
video.
I'm trying to find it.
I thought you were like looking over to see if you could see what she was looking.
What
right.
Where is it?
Okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have to pee, but let's do this. Sick ass ramp.
Is that Skate Laborious? Whoa! Ah! Wait, what? Whoa!
No, that wasn't what.
Wait,
do
play it again. Play it again.
Yeah, it's Skate Laborious. Holler right here.
Whoa.
I put my hands down like at the last second.
Yeah, that's not.
Well,
okay,
what
so
the fuck? That's not a bio
what
3. Yeah,
But
that's just like
definitely.
insane.
Oh my god.
Okay, so here we go.
Watching slow motion.
Going back.
Oh wait, maybe it kind of.
No, you're not doing a banana flip
because
a banana flip, I feel like your feet don't they.
Wait, do it again.
No. I know it's not a banana flip, but what is it?
What is this?
Wait, okay.
Also,
slow. Okay.
Also, Chica
backflip. What
in the actual fuck? I don't know, dude. Ask Estro.
That is so weird. Like where?
Yeah.
I feel like
how did you get to that?
Yeah, we need to consult with Michelle because I have no fucking clue. I feel like Miguel would be like, oh yeah, that's a
yeah. Oh yes.
Actually, in the X Games, this guy did that already.
I know. I'm gonna suddenly feel so unspecial.
Yeah.
No. You're like nobody has done that.
No, Miguel is like an encyclopedia of skating.
Yeah, and you'll bring up like at what time.
Yeah, he'll be like, it's 12 p.m. in Japan. Like,
sit down. I have a story to tell.
Yeah, that's sick though. That's really cool.
So.
Okay, so I actually have a question. This is probably my last question because I know it's really late there and I'm even tired here and it's only 8 p.m. But what would you recommend to skaters who, you know what I just realized? I put on my tea kettle and it's super loud. Let me go turn that biatch off. I'm like sitting here like, why is it so loud? One moment, please.
Siri, turn off the kettle.
Oh my god, what? That was you're done already? Yeah, because it shot out of me like a rocket. Oh,
Number
that's
two?
like more of my urine, my pee, left my body.
My urine.
My
Jordan.
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 My Danish boyfriend Jordan.
Oh my god.
Spelled you.
Okay. So I was about to ask Ace, and I was saying this is probably our last question.
Oh, it's got to be.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
reaching
got to be.
delusion, bro.
Okay.
So what would you recommend to, since you're like the flip king herself, what would you recommend to
Non-flippers.
wee lads like ourselves?
Little flips.
Little flippers. Little flips. What would you recommend to like start trying any flip tricks? Because and also, yeah, just how? What's some good bait? Like what's a good way to ease into them to have the foundation so that you can do them?
Are you wondering like things to do like on skates or more like off skates or either?
Both, yeah.
I think we're gonna start off.
Well, yeah.
Off.
But like
Off.
in general, what
But
would you
yeah,
recommend?
if you were recommending this to.
Okay, so I always start with some of the best advice I was ever given by who I think is the flip queen, flip king queen themselves is Estro.
Yeah.
Estro told me one time, this is best advice, know how you're gonna bail before you do the trick.
Right.
Yeah.
So where I would start with flips is knowing how to fall.
Yes.
And like quick and easy, quick and dirty, just YouTube parkour shoulder rolls, like learn how to do all those rolls.
Yeah.
And like practice those, because whatever you end up fucking up on your skates in the transition, your body will remember how to roll out of in that way, which is
cool. Safe. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually like the best advice I've gotten about that, because usually it's just like strengthen your core, do a lot of like, obviously off skates work is important, or like training, whatever, but like that's the first time anyone's no one's ever recommended that to me, and that feels like a missing piece for sure.
The missing part of that is like, if that part isn't acknowledged, then you straight up have one shot.
Yeah.
And if you fuck it up, then you can try again in 4 months when you feel a little bit better. Like that's not, and that's why I feel like it's such a like, people's progress is so weird, because everyone's like just going for it, and it's like, no, don't kill yourself.
I'm too old to just go for
I have a job.
Yeah.
I know.
Imagine, like, sorry guys, can't do anything.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, so that's a really amazing piece of advice.
It's all about like injury, like how to reduce. That was another awesome lesson I got from Dita, which was like, this sport is just about keeping yourself from getting super injured.
Yeah, from freaking pulverizing yourself. Your bones.
Risk assessment.
Yeah. And then
I'm
sorry, Alyssa just dropped a glacier on the floor.
I just catapulted the biggest piece of ice.
The icebergs that fucking struck Titanic.
Okay, but that's really good advice. Thank you, because I haven't heard that somehow yet, but the parkour part in particular is very helpful, because I would have never fucking thought to do that.
Want to go to the park and
you want to go practice parkour?
Would you suggest an incline? Decline?
I mean, I wouldn't not suggest it. I think that's
like it would just
just tumbling.
Maybe get used to it on flat ground, progress to
Nope.
Wait, come back. Come back. Oh, there you are. Nope. Wait, no, you're kind of gone again.
Come back. I'm here.
There you are.
Here. I'm reaching back.
Okay.
Am I here?
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
Look where it's gone.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was saying.
What else? Yeah.
Interdisciplinary skills.
So learning how to fall via parkour videos. Is there anything else that you would recommend too?
I'm for hire, and I will come to you and I will teach a workshop that is all about how to fall and then how to Miller flip. So there's that. Shameless self plug.
Yes.
But
we'll hire you.
What?
We will rent you.
Hired. You're hired.
Or hired.
You are hired.
Hired.
Take my money.
This will be, of course, in the morning of the soul.
Yes.
Oh yes. Not the dark night.
No, I don't want to
Not
see
the dark night.
Night of the soul.
We'll wait for the dawn of the dawn of the soul.
We'll get breakfast burritos.
Yeah.
During the dawn of your soul.
The breakfast burrito.
You must be hungry. You've been
oh my God.
for a long time.
You must be You're all pale. You're like, but like your skate muscles are just like oh my God.
Exactly.
Oh, well, why are you bald? You shaved your head. Oh my God, you're aerodynamic.
Yes. So the next advice you have is shave your head so you're more aerodynamic to do flips. And then sweet. Okay, hi.
And if you're gonna do a flip, I would say wear a helmet. I'm gonna be that person. Yeah. And I would say wear a helmet. Yeah. I'm not gonna ever tell someone to wear a helmet, ever. But I'm gonna say right now, for this conversation, if you're telling us how to do a flip, I'm gonna put a helmet on. Yeah. I'm probably not gonna do any flips anytime soon. But if I do, I'm putting a damn helmet on.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Okay, Jesus so Christ. Learn how to fall from parkour videos. Hire Kid Ace.
The other thing is like, start low and then work your way up.
Yeah.
I feel like when I first started doing Miller flips, it was a lot of effort. And then once I got used to like airing, then I did them higher and it was less effort. Yeah. But it was important to expend the effort doing it low because that like built the muscles.
Yeah.
And then you got the confidence and all this to like go higher and higher. Which
very cool.
Is crazy.
Also, you just know how to use like the ramp to your body.
Yeah.
Abilities. Learning how
to
learning to use the transition.
Yeah.
Very cool. Dang. Okay. Well, thank you for that. That's actually really good advice. And I feel like there's got to be some kind of, I don't know if there's any videos on how to Miller or how to do like intro to flips. Is there?
I have some like Instagram video of like the progression that I teach when I teach the Miller flip workshop. But it's basically this move called a flare, which I don't really know if that's what it's called. You just put your hand down and like push your legs forward and back.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
So you do it on the ground, doing the transition. And then I think that rodeo trick is a good one.
Oh, the underneath one?
Oh, yeah. I feel like
yeah. That's a
yeah. That's how I feel. I'm like,
I'm stuck underneath my own arm.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that trick is like I'm like 50-50. Sometimes it can happen, sometimes not.
Also, I feel like you're also tall, so I don't know how you get your limbs in and out so easily. Because I always use that excuse that I'm tall and I have too much limbs, and that's why I can't do flip stuff. But then I'm like, oh, but Ace,
no, me too.
Like, because I'm you're so tall, Jay.
Because I'm also tall.
Camera makes me look short.
Yeah,
clearly. I don't understand what happens.
The camera takes away 6 inches.
Yeah, the camera removes my kneecaps. Puts them in a different spot. I'm kind of tall. Okay, but I do have long legs, and I can't even I can't shoot the duck without just like. I'm also not very stretchy. But today I saw Barbie Patine. She posted a video of her doing the little rodeo thing, and I'm like, those little legs. She cleared it by side. I'm like, it looks so good when she does it. It looks.
I know. I think the wind blew though when she did that trick.
And it was like, wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
The wind is coming. Quick, throw something, and you'll land it.
It just gently lifts her up and is like,
yeah.
My hands here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, that kind of makes me want to try the rodeo thing. I feel like that is a good first thing to start with. I'm gonna have to shave some inches off my legs or something, or just find a different excuse. So
I'm gonna have to get bionic wrists.
Oh god, I know, dude. My fucking shoulder. I was a pitcher for over 10 years, and my shoulders are so trash because between pitching and when I wasn't pitching, I was catching. Which catching you have to throw very long distance. So my right, I I had a lot of dislocations in my right shoulder. And then I went to the doctor recently, maybe like a right before the pandemic. And I was like, hey, I'm having more like partial dislocations than usual. Like, can I do some scans? And she was like, yeah, sure, we did. And she was like, your whole like shoulder joint is shredded, like not in a good way. Like you have so many micro tears. You have a lot of like severe damage and like built up scarred tissue in your shoulder. And I was like, this explains a lot. And that's kind of just when someone's like, oh, do you do handstands? Do you this? I'm like, nah, brother, I don't have the shoulders for that. I dedicated those to softball.
Yeah, dude. And you got to be real with yourself about this stuff too. Like, some of these tricks aren't for everyone. Like, I'm really, really, really going hard at trying to be Bambi Bloodlust right now.
With the grinding shit.
Yeah, I think there's some stuff that like I just can't put my body in that.
Dude, and she's another person who floats. Bambi floats. She just like will jump onto a rail in like a Mizu, and I'm just like on narrow tracks. Like how?
Watching Bambi. Were we all there? Were we all at the
on the vert?
Yeah.
When she was throwing grinds on the 11-foot? Yeah.
When she was just throwing grinds even on like the box out front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was wild. Like everything she was doing. Even did we go back to like when were you there when we went to Venice for the Barbie photo shoot? Mm-hmm. No. Even there on the freaking lolly stock gummy wheel skates, she was insane. Like just going nuts, and we're like, what in the world?
Making it happen.
Yeah, I feel
so
like
unreal.
Bambi's another person who has been so good for so long and just continues to be so fucking good.
But like silently moves
through, yeah,
all of a sudden it's just like, whoa.
No, because she like is so into like her own mindfulness, like everything. I don't know. She's a very off phone person, and which I love, so much. And she's just like doing her own thing, and like you said, she like pops up to be like, yo, I still got bangers, like
but like respectfully, but like,
love you, I'm sick,
like, this is for my own personal thing. I want to see this later.
Like, Bambi's such an angel. I fucking love Bambi too. She's just a nice person too, and she's so talented. I feel like there's so much talent in this community, like on and off skates. Like she's another person who's just so talented, like art creatively.
Well, Bambi's been, I feel like Bambi's one of the ones who's like been in this for like since the beginning. And the people, what I've noticed is that the roller skaters that have been in this from the beginning, and even the roller skaters who were in this in the beginning, are like some of the most incredible humans like ever. Like to be able to like make this culture a thing. Yeah. Like it's really awesome. It's impressive.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of really remarkable, just like you said, like really remarkable and like extraordinary people who were, I mean, not that anyone after 2020 is like trash person, but in the beginning of roller skating, it was like, it was really fucking weird people. Like it wasn't mainstream yet. So it was a lot of people who were just like carving their own space in the world. Like even hearing, like I've heard Michelle tell the story about like how they started Moxie a bazillion times, and every time I hear it, I'm still like, fuck, you literally were like, everyone thinks I'm crazy and I'm gonna keep doing it anyways. And it's like, it's so, and
she's like, am I crazy?
Yeah,
like, am I crazy?
Yeah. And it's like, dude, I think we're all a little bit crazy, but like you made this through it, to keep. And it's so much easier to hear that story of like, wow, they persevered. But it's like, no, think of being like, one time I asked Esther, I like was in such a weird place. This was actually last year. I was like, Michelle, how do you deal with so much rejection? Like, how do you deal with rejection or like putting yourself out there so often? Because I am not good at, I like will protect myself from rejection by all means, which is not a healthy thing. It's just like a natural coping thing or like self-defense mechanism. And they were like, honestly, just literally do everything, like apply it to everything or go for it. Like just keep going for it. And when someone says no, if you still really believe in it, go to someone else. Like there will be a way that things will happen, like if they're meant to happen. And if you really have a conviction for it, then there's a reason that fires in you. And I'm like, fuck, like that's so, I can't imagine, like if I were the one who started Moxie, I would have been like, hey, we should do this. And the first time someone says no, I'd be like, okay,
Yeah,
you're right. Like,
and it's like, did you really want to do this? Then like, would you have gone through all that trouble? They must have really wanted it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really want it.
Yeah, but no, I feel like there were a lot of people who, or like a lot of the people who've been around for that long, like Bambi included, Esther, like honestly, like even you, I feel like there's a lot of people from the beginning that it's just like, fuck, you're all such extraordinary people and like very remarkable, because I don't know, to be doing something before it's popular is, and like to be creating the culture and creating that industry and creating something that doesn't exist yet, like that's so much more challenging than just expanding something that already exists.
Yeah. And I, you know, not to like toot my own horn or the horn of the generation I was in, but I would say that like I was even part of like a second wave, and even in this second wave, like I got so fucking injured trying to figure shit out, because
me too.
There was like nobody was doing this stuff. Like I remember like it was the first year I started roller skating and I saw a skateboarder do an invert and I was like, oh, that looks easy enough.
Stop.
Like I will always have that fall on my ass, like always. It's there to stay. It's scar tissue. Yeah. And it's definitely a thing. It's definitely a thing. And but now after 2020, you see everybody, like, well, not everybody, but you see all these people like come up really fast, and like that is so exciting to me, because like when these 16-year-olds who are like chucking Baranis and stuff, when they're 35, like
imagine,
this shit's like gonna be in the Olympics. It's like it's gonna be a thing, and it's like that's exciting to watch.
Absolutely. It is crazy too, like to that of like being really fucking hurt, like I broke my shit so bad doing something that's so common now, just because there was no like, there wasn't an established method of like how to do this, you know, like it was very like, I don't know, just go for it. And then you did. Sometimes you fucking died, and sometimes you got surgery because of it. And then other times you were like, cool, I only ate shit on my ass and I feel like I can't sit for 10 years. But it's really cool seeing that there's already like our roller skate ancestors of park skating have like laid this foundation, and there's so much, I hate to use this word because I fucking hate this word, but like content of like, here's how to do this, here's how to do this, which is awesome because tutorials are so useful. I mean, when they're by people who are like like have actual good information to tell you, and it's not just like how to skate as a beginner by a beginner, like that's not super helpful in my opinion, but no, like there's so much, the foundation has been laid so that people who are new, who are coming in and really excited and super juiced, and just like you said, the teenagers especially, they're don't get fucking wild. So it's like they already have so many resources about like, oh, I can learn how to do this, and then from there my imagination and my skill can like keep moving us up. So it is really cool. I agree. It's wild. It's so wild that I remember there was a time period where there were like 2 people I could think of in the world who could do like backflips or any type of like super like hardcore flip tricks. And now I feel like there's a lot more. I mean, still not a ton of people, but like comparatively a lot more people, and it's super sick. And even I don't know, just the collective skill level in general is so high now compared to before. It was like, oh, I can stall and I can like, doing a backside was the most insane thing for so long. And I remember thinking like, she's so good, she can do a backside. And it was like this crazy coveted trick where it's like, who can backside? Oh my god, I only know like 3 people who can. And it's like and now that's such a basic thing of like
your foundation.
It's just like a and not that it's like, it's still a very scary trick to learn, but like it's so cool that it's changed in that way and like grown in that way.
And it's made styles of skating. So like
for sure,
you can opt to be like a flip trick skater, you can opt to be like a coping technical skater, you can opt to skate street. Like that's what's also really cool. Is that, and that just makes it that much more accessible to that many more people.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, exactly. You can choose your own flavor, choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
Choose your flavor.
What's your flavor?
I'm not sure.
Tell me what's your
well,
flavor.
I love you, Ace. I do have to get up at 3:30 in the morning.
Is that Trader Joe's hours?
Oh, that's my tomorrow's schedule. So I was up at 4 today. So if it's okay with y'all.
Yeah.
But I feel like we got a bunch of stuff
Yeah,
on.
dude, I'm stoked.